Have you lost somebody you love? Today's video is all about how grief affects your aura and how to emerge through it. So let's dive in. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Samantha and I'm an aura intuitive. And about a year ago, my sister passed away. My sister Babs passed away. And she was an amazing healer. And she just really was a bright light on this planet. So her main way of healing was through her hugs. She loved to hug everyone. So part of this video, I've seen lots of grieving over this year and about 4 months. And so I wanted to share the process of how you emerge through it, but then also my experience of healing through the process also. When a loved one dies, you're overwhelmed with the emotion. Normally, your aura is about 4 feet out from your body. But when you have that shock of grief that happens when someone close to you dies, you tend to bring your aura in closer. So you're there again, you're cocooning, and there's nothing wrong with that. The issue is that starts to amplify the energy of grief, the lower vibrations of grief. So you tend to be more tired. You're much more sensitive, and also you are more susceptible to illness and not feeling well, and just, headaches, things like that, because your energy is just basically amplifying because it's so close to your body. 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, guilt, depression, and acceptance. Everybody grieves at different times. Obviously, even though I gave them numbers, sometimes you'll have anger, sometimes you'll have guilt. It all is at different times. But those are the main 5 stages. Some people say there's 7 stages. But these are the ones that I mainly see in your aura that affect your aura the most. And so we're going to dive into what colors show up, what is it I see in your aura for each one of these, and also how to fully emerge through them to accept them and start to heal. As an aura intuitive, I see the first stage, denial, as storm clouds, really dark, stormy clouds, usually near your lower stomach and your intestines. So the next one, anger, I'll see it in the liver area, and it's a crimson red. Then the next one is guilt. Guilt, I usually see this pinkish gray color all around your head. Then the next one is depression. Depression is normally a grayish violet color, so it has the light purple with gray. And that's usually near your solar plexus, right at your ribs. And the last one, acceptance, obviously is a really wonderful color to accept all of this. And that's usually right at your belly button, your navel. And that is a bright orange. So it's kind of, there again, very vibrant and bringing that vitality back into your life, where you really feel like you're grateful for the time you had with the loved one. And not that you aren't sad sometimes, but it really brings about a higher vibration in your body. It's important to grieve, obviously. We have to work through all these emotions. But the exercise that I'm going to give you just now is all about processing the energy. Sometimes you're just so overwhelmed, like I said, about the aura being so close and amplifying the energy, that it seems unbearable. So how you get through it is by actually allowing yourself to fully accept the energy of each one of these stages, and then you're able to accept them. Even though, it's part of human nature to have emotions. So there's nothing wrong with them. But it's important to not deny them or resist them either, because then you actually don't process them. There's a lot of people that 20 years later, they realize that they're processing emotions that could have been worked through sooner. And everybody has their own stage. So anyway, as far as the process, the main thing is to know that it's not a negative to focus on these emotions. So the first one, the denial, we'll just talk about that one mainly. And what it is I was saying about the storm clouds that I see near your lower stomach and intestines. That what you would do is you just start to really focus on that area, or focus on, if obviously I see auras, you may not. So you're going to focus on any denial that you may feel and say, okay, am I in denial about this loved one? Or what happened to them? And so just really allow yourself to accept the frequency of denial. And if you want to, you can use my what I see, the storm clouds, and you're going to imagine that your energy is filling. So it's like your crown chakra has opened, and all this energy of that denial, those storm clouds, are filling your whole aura, going down your body. And you keep going till you can feel them under your feet. And when you fully feel them and fully accept them, then they don't have the power over you. Usually these emotions are, because they're so shocking to your system and so hard for your system, they have power. It's almost like an amplified ball of energy. And so by spreading them through your whole aura and saying out loud that you're accepting them, because your body is listening to what you're saying, and saying, I fully accept that I'm in denial about this loved one being gone, no longer here. It's a lot easier to let go and feel the emotions start to process. At least they're not so overwhelming. So then in the case of the next one, in the case of the anger, of course, that's a little harder because we know anger is so intense. But it is about us filling our whole aura with anger, with that crimson red, and allowing, giving ourselves the gift of time to fully feel the anger. And because anger is the one problem we have a lot of times when we're processing this grief, because we hold it in. Anger's a dirty word as far as most people, and they don't want to express anger. And so then they hold it in. Of course, what happens? But you explode, or you yell at the wrong person, or you really have a chip on your shoulder about somebody who really may have not done anything to you, but you just feel that anger and you don't know what to do with it. So just like the denial, you're going to fill your whole aura with this crimson red, and just really breathe into it for a full minute of allowing yourself the gift of feeling the real anger that you have over this, what you're going through. So then the next one is guilt. And like I said, the guilt is normally a pinkish gray around your head area. But in this case, you're going to bring it through your whole aura. So there again, just like in the first two, you're making your whole aura this pinkish gray color. And you're really, there again, going to fill your whole aura with it, and realize that it's okay to feel guilty, but it doesn't mean that about self-criticism. It means that you go, why did I not do that? Why didn't I help that person more? As we know, there's a lot of things in life that are unknown to us of why certain things happen. So it is about us just allowing ourselves to feel the guilt and say, yeah, I felt guilty, But now I no longer, since it can't be explained, it can't be changed, we have to obviously accept it and allow it to move on. So by putting it in our aura, fully in our aura, it doesn't have the power, doesn't have the amplified power it did before. So then the next one, depression. Obviously, this is a little harder one of all of them, because a lot of people will be depressed for years about someone, a loved one being gone, or let's say a husband or wife or a child. And so that's, it's a little harder to do. And this is what I'm talking about, are like daily things where every day I brought the energy I'm talking about into my aura and filled my whole aura. This is the only way I made it through with my sister passing away. So like I said, depression normally looks like a kind of grayish violet color to me. So it's about filling my whole aura with that and really allowing myself to go, okay, I fully accept it. I fully am feeling it, and knowing that it's just an emotion. It doesn't mean it's who I am. People get caught up in that emotions are who they are. Emotions are tools for us to grow, for us to create, for us to be here on this planet and express our emotions to everyone. So it's not a commodity. It's not something that we own. It's supposed to be expressed and felt and brought through, but that doesn't mean that we hold on to it. So obviously those are the four that are going to be harder to accept. But then the last one, the acceptance of, I'm so grateful I had that person in my life. I really am so grateful that I have all these wonderful memories. I'm so glad we did certain things together. It is a bright orange. And so it's wonderful because after you've done all those other colors, when you bring that bright orange, it's a very, like, the color of vitality. It also kind of brings in this new energy of new identity. And so that's it, is that as you're filling your whole aura with this orange, really ask yourself, okay, now who do I want to be? What emotions do I want to release? And what emotions do I need to bring in for me to really feel still connected to the loved one, but not overwhelmed anymore? After you fill your aura with these colors and you have that vibrant orange, obviously it's a wonderful color, it's vitality. So the thing is, it's important, like at the beginning, I was saying about how we tend to bring our aura in closer. The cocooning, I need comfort. But it'll be important for you to expand that energy and make sure that you are not holding in your energy, resisting what's going on. That's totally about the acceptance, right? So it's an exercise also that you can do every day. Is, you may not see where the edges of your aura are, but usually it's about 3 to 4 feet out, depending on who you are. It could be a lot bigger, a lot smaller. But what you want to do is, if it's smaller or you're going through this grieving period, you know that it's a little smaller. So you're going to actually make a point of going, okay, I'm pushing my aura out, and I'm going to feel it get as big as the room. And now if you feel like that's not big enough, as big as the house, and then just feel it expand outside the house. So as big as you need to feel like your energy is expanding, your energy is breaking up the lower vibration energy, so that you start to feel like you're not overwhelmed by those feelings of grief. April 17th would have been my sister Bab's 60th birthday. So that's coming up this Saturday. And of course, I'm feeling all kinds of energy about that. But the grieving process has been amazing, even through all the lockdown and what we've all been going through for the last year and 4 months. So it is about using the tools that we have. If this is something that connects with you, I'm so happy for you. If not, I encourage you to either get in touch with a professional or do some meditation. There's many meditations on YouTube, as you know. And also know that there are things that can relieve and not, so you're not so overwhelmed. I miss my sister terribly. We were best buds and we healed together. We were both healers. And so it is about knowing that they're always with you. Their spirit is always with you. You can talk to them. You can connect with them. It's just, obviously you miss the hugs. You miss actually having them here and also experiencing new things in your life. So the biggest part of this has been like the acceptance that I talked about being the fifth stage, is that I've accepted that these new experiences, I'm going to get to go on for her. And so if you like this video and you need, and you also have somebody who either is going through the grieving period or you're going through a grieving period about losing somebody, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I do give tools and techniques to help empaths and other people who are more sensitive to energy to, help with the overwhelm, help with what is their energy doing on a daily basis. So I'm so glad that you let me kind of, share the news about my sister and also share these tools with you, because this did help me to get through this time period. And I love y'all, and I'll see you next week with a new video.